Rightio. Start every video with rightio, I don't know why. Well, today, something a bit different. On Te Rapa in Hamilton. And this is the ride for the day. Well, for the next few days, actually. Going to be cruising about on the Street Bob 114. Just picked it up from Road and Sport Harley Davidson. Reigning Dealer of the Year. Get out of this bloke's way. So yeah, Street Bob 114. One of the newest members of the Softail family. This one's brand spanking new. Now we're in neutral. Whoa! That's a bit more balls than my little bike. Cool, cool. So yeah. My wife is currently on school holidays, so I get to play motorcycles. My little girl is going to lose her mind when she sees this roll home. When I came over here to do a story on Road and Sport being the Dealer of the Year, she climbed all over one of these, and yeah, she likes a bike she can climb on, as every 1-year-old does. Mirrors are nicely adjusted, beautiful. So yeah, this bike's done, well, she's what, 52 kilometers, so it's going to be a bit tight. And yeah, I'm going to start with my first impressions. Alright, I hate this intersection. It's a bit of a weird one. Yeah, so we'll start with the first impressions and then we'll roll around and track some photos somewhere nice, hopefully. So I got this. I've only got it a few days. I got to take it back on Saturday just because I could have it for a few weeks if I wanted to, as far as I know. But yeah, taking a motorbike back and riding motorbikes when you got tiny children is always a challenge. So yeah, so first impressions is centralised pegs. Getting a bit of a strain in my right leg. It's a bit higher pegs than I'm used to. But I like how it's not the big kicked out traditional Harley peg position. Just, yeah, it's cool and all, but it's I like being able to just stand up on the pegs quite easily. I think this bike looks the tits as well. Alright, so we're going right around the roundabout. Don't kick the arse out, doesn't have TC. Like that. Don't want to do that. Brand new tyres. So you talk for days. It's the 114 cubic inch motor. Street Bob. And yeah, it's quite a nice urban bike. So after that my legs loosened up. Feels quite good, this setting position. Mini 8 bars. Not the best day to be riding a bike on brand new tyres, to be fair, but can't really do much about that. Yeah, these 114 motors are absolute stump pullers. Last one I rode would have been the FXDR. That was a couple of years ago now, actually. But I still remember the filthy great big burnout I accidentally did while leaving my house. People love the Harleys. Girl back there. So I will admit have become over the years a bit of a Harley fan. Not a big enough fan to buy one at this stage because they're a premium bike and I'm a cheap ass. But I enjoy Harley-Davidson products. They're very different from everything else. They're cool. They've got a lot of technology built into them now, but they're still a little bit agricultural in some ways, which is quite funny. They've got their own sort of feel to them, their own sort of vibe, I guess you'd say. Yes, they're an acquired taste for a lot of people, but they are genuinely cool in their own right, I think. Now, so Softails, when did they come out? About 2017 they redesigned the Softail, 17, 18. And it's a brilliant platform. I am quite the fan. So what have they done? So they got rid of the Dyna, they got rid of the old Softail, and they merged the two lines together to make the new Softail lineup. So it's one platform and the bikes have a few changes, but they're essentially the same under the skin, as far as I'm aware. Different bars, different shocks and whatnot, but the way the bikes are set up is all the same. And I quite like it. It's smart by Harley to do platforming because they have a lot of frickin' models. Too many models. They're like Triumph almost. There's a model for everyone. Open the visor. So yeah, so this bike, centralised pegs, nice and easy. Ooh, we're in some traffic. Really nice low seat height, like no dramas at all there getting my feet down. But yeah, you definitely don't want to ride one of these like a little Honda 250, that's for sure. If I crack the throttle open, it will just kick that rear wheel out. So from memory, there's about 150, 160 newton meters of power in these. I'll put the correct figure in the in a box below. So plenty of that, around what, 90 to 100 horse. They are a big 1800cc motor, but Harleys are traditionally a torque based build. They're not a revvy power build, and they're just comfy. Like, this is just effortless. Like, I'm in third gear. I could be in sixth if I wanted to, and I'd just chug this little hill here. It's a very awesome concept when you've been riding a 250 for a long time. So when they updated the Softails and everything, they brought out these cool new digital dashes, which really cleans up your cockpit area. Still your traditional Harley switches, your sort of switch on the right for your right indicator, switch on the left for your left indicator, and the auto cancelling. Not my favourite feature, to be fair. I like a more traditional one switch and self cancel it. But I know a lot of people seem to really love self-cancelling indicators for some reason. But I find them more problematic for me. I like to be in control of what my indicator's doing more. To be fair, you can push it on off as well, but it'd be nice if it was just the one switch, in my opinion. Plenty of info on the dash. Get a range, a clock, your RPM. So it's just ticking along. 1900 RPM right now. 58 k's on the Odo. couple of trip meters, and yeah, range 242 k's. It's saying the fuel tank's got in it, so that's a feature I'm quite a big fan of. Lights, you can flick your high beam. That's a nice thing that my Honda doesn't have. And yeah, it's actually quite a comfy riding position, these Mini Apes. I was trying to explain to my mother-in-law what it's like to ride with ape hangers over the weekend, and she thought it was quite dangerous, the whole ape hangers and everything. And tall ape bars, yep, you do lose a bit of circulation in your hands. You get sort of numb hands as you go along. But Mini Apes, like this is just, it's straight in level with my heart. Not going to have any issues there. And it's just comfy, like very cruisy. The saddle, so it's a solo saddle with a pillion pad. Apparently the pillion pad's very uncomfortable. Not a lot of real estate there. Sort of, you'd be the kind of seat you'd put your 10-year-old on, sort of thing, or your very petite partner, but it's not the kind of pad you'd tour the country with. Oh. Quite a subdued note from the engine and exhaust, but I'm guessing that's predominantly because of emissions and noise regulations all over the world. I don't really care. I was telling a lady at the dealership, I'm not one to buy into loud pipes save lives. If you want to be heard by people around you, use the horn. It's a way more direct way of telling people you're nearby. So yeah, Street Bob 114. Easy to adjust. With these Softails, you've got a really easy to locate. Can't remember which side it's on. Nice remote preload adjustment, which really sharpens up the handling. Though this has got a nice narrow tyre compared to some of the big bikes. The FXDR had like a 240-inch wide tyre. And those big bikes with the big tyres really respond well to cranking up the preload. They handle a lot better. This is handling quite nicely. So yeah, this has been my first impressions of the Street Bob 114. And yeah, got it for a few more days. Hopefully get a couple of rides in. Hoping to go to either Raglan or Tauranga, depending on the weather forecast. It's a bit crappy today. So I'd like to have some nice weather if I'm riding a bike with brand new tyres. And yeah, so I guess I will leave it here for this quick vid. And I'll look out some footage of it riding around, what it looks like and such. And stay tuned for the full review.